What is up, Credits? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Triple Money Event Week as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for October 10th through October 16th, 2024. So, for returning content, the Halloween mask, face paints, car horns, etc. are continuing from last week. Plus, we also have the UFOs and the Ghost returning as well, which means that the Ghost Exposed Photography event is back, but with 10 new locations in the city rather than the northern part of the map like last year. And this time you will unlock the new Ghost Exposed outfit, but you'll also get the Ghost Exposed livery from last year for the Brigham if you don't already have it as well. Obviously a Ghostbusters reference, definitely a very creative event from Rockstar for sure. And we finally have the new North Yankton Cemetery Zombie Survival, which is going to be a ton of fun. Anyways, the current prize ride for this week is the Meibatsu Penumbra FF. It's primarily based on the 2nd gen Mitsubishi Eclipse, and has normal price of just under 1.4 million. To get it for free this week, you have to get top 3 in an LS Carmate Series race for 3 days in a row. In regards to performance, in the sports class, and is slightly above average performing vehicle in that class for track performance, not including HSW, which honestly is pretty good considering there's over 100 vehicles in that class. The Penumbra has great customization, is decently quick, and is pretty nice to drive as well, being all-wheel drive. Continuing to the test ride vehicles, we have the Rapid GT, the Comet, and the S80RR, and all 3 of these are website cars, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. And for current gen console users, we have the Itali GTO Stinger TT as the HSW test ride vehicle for this week. Continuing to the casino podium vehicle, we have the Obey Tailgater S. It's primarily based on the 3rd gen Audi RS3, and has a normal price of just under 1.5 million and a trade price of about 1.1 million. In regards to performance, in the sedans class, it is a top 5 performing car in that class, but it does lack a bit in terms of top speed compared to the top 3 sedans, which is what really holds it back. But it's still pretty nice to drive and has some good customization being a tuner's DLC car. I still recommend trying to get off the podium this week if you don't already own it. In terms of the dealership cars for this week, in luxury autos we have the Paragon S and the Impaler LX. Continuing to Simeons, we have the SE Sport, the Sanctus, the Shafter LWB, the Hakachu, and the Tornado Rat Rod. And all of these are website vehicles, so definitely make sure to pick them up this week if you don't already own them. Moving on to the discounts, in terms of property discounts, we unfortunately don't have any properties on sale. However, for vehicle discounts, we do have a few. So we have in Simeons, 30% off the SE Sport, again a website car. This one's in the sports class and is arguably the best non-HSW car in that class for off-road rally style tracks. It's just an absolute beast due to its handling on and off-road. It's honestly, I would argue, the best handling car in the sports class overall as well. It's just an absolute beast of a little car, and one that I highly recommend if you don't already own it. Next up in Simeons, we have 30% off the Sanctus, again a website vehicle. This one is of course based on the Ghost Rider bike. Very cool vehicle, but obviously it's very expensive and doesn't really have any special abilities. And lastly in Simeons, we have 30% off the Tornado Rat Rod, again a website car. This was in the Sports Classics class, and despite its drag racer look, it's sadly pretty slow a vehicle with a top speed under 100 miles per hour and basically no visual customization except for the bug catcher and exhaust options. So yeah, not really all that worth it for that one, at least in my opinion. Moving along to the Legendary Motorsport website, we have 30% off the Mamba. This one's in the Sports Classics class and is a top 30 performing car in that class, not factoring in HSW. So not crazy fast, and that's mainly due to its handling. But regardless, it has an incredible exhaust note and just a ton of fun to drive with some decent customization options as well. Highly recommend this one if you don't already own it. It's a ton of fun. Moving on to the Summer San Andreas website, we have 30% off the Brigham. This one is of course well known for being the Ghostbusters car. Next up, we have 30% off the Lurcher. This one is basically a Buccaneer hearse that has the Frankenstein's monster coming out of the coffin in the back. Just a very unique car to have as like a novelty item, and its price is not too terrible considering the cool factor. Continuing, we have 30% off the Frankenstein. This one has one of the best exhaust notes in the game. It's very loud, very angry and aggressive of a sound. Rockstar just did an amazing job with this one for the exhaust note. Now, it's not super fast or even handles that well, but it looks cool and it sounds cool. I think it's worth owning for how unique it is. Next up, we have 30% off the Romero hearse. Now, Rockstar temporarily added it back to the website just for this Halloween event, so definitely take advantage if you don't already own it. That way you don't have to utilize the free mode spawn method. Continuing, we have 30% off the Rattel, a great off-roader being in top 5 for most tracks, not including HSW, but it's Rubio Drive, so keep that in mind. The Draugr is just a much better overall choice, at least in my opinion. And lastly, we have 30% off the Journey 2. So this one is a personal vehicle that's in the Vans class and is obviously very slow. Pretty cool to have this thing in your garage, but it sadly doesn't really have any visual customization except for some liveries and the typical wheels and internal mods. Just a really big missed opportunity in my opinion from Rockstar. They could have done something really cool with this one, but they just didn't. Moving on to the gun van with the follow weapons available this week and 50% off the minigun as well. For clothing discounts, we have 50% off select zombie masks, which is pretty cool. For triple money, we have triple money NRP on select community series jobs. For double money, we have double money NRP on the Ghost Exposed Photography event with the 10 brand new locations in the city, and the new North Yankton Survival as well. And for the weekly challenge, if you survive 3 waves of the new North Yankton Survival without dying, we get 100k, and the gray creepy cat mask. Continuing to the weekly vehicle robberies from the Salvage Yard business, again these only change once per event week. We have the McTony robbery with the Cheetah Classic, the Podium robbery with the Broadway, and the Gangbanger robbery with the Cavalcade XL, and of course none of these are claimable this week. And lastly, for the time trials, this week's normal time trial is Up Chiliad. I highly recommend a quick bike for this one. For the premium race, we have the Supercar Race Senora Freeway. I highly recommend the Emirates, Krieger, LM87, or the Vestate for this race. And if you're on current gen, I highly recommend using the HSW Weaponized Ignis or the HSW Vest 8. And lastly, for current gen console users, the HSW time trial is East Vinewood. As always, the HSW How Could You Drag with the best one for these. In terms of my vehicle discount pick of the week, I'm going to have to go with the SE Sport. Considering how great of a rally car it is, how insanely good its handling is, and the fact that it's a remove website car for about $600,000, I think it's a very, very good deal. Anyways guys, overall this event week I would say is above average. The vehicle discounts are pretty decent, but obviously the biggest highlight is the new North Yankton Survival and the new Ghost Exposed event locations. Thankfully they did the new locations of the city instead of the same old ones, and you get to unlock the brand new outfit and of course also the livery if you weren't able to get it last year, so that's a nice plus. However, no properties on sale and only 3 activities on bonus money. It's a bit lackluster. I feel Rockstar could have done a bit better. I can't give it any higher than a 6 out of 10, but as always, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Anyways, again guys, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.